Have you ever felt like this? You're there, but not really chosen. They reply, but only sometimes. They care, but not enough. They stay, but never fully commit. You feel close, yet strangely distant at the same time. And no matter how much you try, you're never the priority. So what's really going on here? Why do some people keep you as an option instead of choosing you? 1. The psychology of optional relationships. In modern psychology, this behavior is often linked to what researchers call low-investment relationships. These are connections where one person gives just enough attention to keep the other person emotionally engaged, but never enough to create real commitment. It's not random, it's strategic, sometimes consciously but often unconsciously, because keeping someone as an option offers flexibility without responsibility. 2. They want the benefits without the cost. Let's break this down. A real relationship requires time, effort, emotional vulnerability, consistency. But people who keep you as an option want the benefits without paying the cost. They want attention when they feel lonely. They want comfort when they're bored. They want validation when they feel insecure. But when it comes to commitment, they pull back, because commitment means accountability, and accountability limits their freedom. 3. Attachment styles, the avoidant pattern. One of the most studied explanations comes from attachment theory. People with an avoidant attachment style tend to value independence over closeness. They crave connection, but fear losing control. So they create distance, not too far, but never too close. They may reply inconsistently, disappear for a while, avoid deep conversations, resist defining the relationship. This push-pull behavior keeps you emotionally hooked while protecting them from vulnerability. 4. Intermittent reinforcement, why you can't let go. Here's where it gets powerful. They don't ignore you completely. Sometimes they show up. A message, a compliment, a moment of attention. Then they disappear again. This pattern is called intermittent reinforcement in behavioral psychology, and it's one of the strongest ways to create emotional dependency. It works like gambling. You don't win every time, but the unpredictability makes you keep playing. Your brain releases dopamine when you finally get attention, and that small reward keeps you attached, even when you're not happy. 5. The role of validation and ego. For some people, keeping you as an option feeds their ego. Knowing that someone is there, waiting, caring, available, gives them a sense of power. It reassures them, I'm wanted, I'm important, I have options. This isn't always malicious. Sometimes it comes from insecurity. They need external validation to feel good about themselves, so instead of building one real connection, they maintain multiple shallow ones. 6. Decision avoidance and fear of commitment. Another key factor is decision avoidance. Choosing one person means giving up other possibilities, and for some people, that feels like loss. This is linked to a psychological concept called loss aversion. We tend to fear losing options more than we value gaining something certain, so instead of choosing, they delay. They keep you around, just in case. 7. Why they don't let you go. Here's the confusing part. If they don't truly want you, why don't they just leave? Because letting go means losing access, losing attention, losing emotional support, losing a safety net, so they stay just enough. Not to build something real, but to make sure you don't disappear. 8. How it affects you. Over time, this dynamic changes you. You start overthinking. You question your worth. You analyze every message. You wait for replies. You adjust your behavior. You become more available, more patient, more understanding, hoping that one day they will finally choose you. But instead, you slowly lose yourself. 9. The illusion of potential. One of the biggest traps is potential. You don't fall in love with what is. You fall in love with what could be. You remember the good moments, the times they showed care, and you hold on to that version of them, even if it rarely appears. This creates a powerful illusion that something real is just one step away. Not all cases are manipulation. Now, let's be fair. Not everyone who keeps distance is trying to control you. Some people are confused, emotionally unavailable, not ready for a relationship. But here's the key difference: clarity. Healthy people communicate. They don't leave you guessing. They don't create confusion as a pattern. 11. How to respond psychologically. So what can you do? First, recognize the pattern. If someone consistently treats you like an option, believe the pattern, not the words. Second, stop over-investing. Match their level of effort, not more. Third, set boundaries. You don't have to accept inconsistency. And most importantly, be willing to walk away. Because as long as you stay, the pattern continues. The hardest truth is this: people who keep you as an option already made a choice. They just didn't say it out loud. Because if someone truly wants you, you won't feel confused. You won't feel uncertain. You won't feel like you're waiting. So instead of asking, "How do I make them choose me?" ask yourself, "Why am I choosing someone who doesn't choose me?" Because the moment you stop accepting less is the moment everything changes. If this gave you clarity, subscribe for more content on psychology, relationships, and human behavior. Because understanding people helps you understand yourself.